What's going on, everybody? You already know what time it is. But also, before you really get started in the chat, make sure that you come in and you have liked the stream. I will be getting started shortly. Going to wait for a few more people to enter the chat, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. What's going on, Joe Johnson, Mr. Parking Lot, Ashton Lewis, Gamer G, Cayman. He said you've been watching The Walking Dead. Yeah, it is a pretty good show. I think two of the main actors are actually leaving after this upcoming season though. What's going on, J Dog, Shelly, Sean from the Shy, Joseph Elliott? What's going on, Nightfall Drop? Jamal Bay, what's going on? Salute Hood Mistress. What's going on, Pinky JYB? Hey, Joe, I'm gonna do a separate video about that probably towards the end of this week, maybe this upcoming weekend. Because it's something I'm waiting for right quick as it pertains to that. And if I don't get the response that I need, then it's a video that I'm gonna do about that. And I hate that I'm gonna have to do it, but it might come to that. But I'm not gonna discuss that on here. What's going on, Niam, the Creed man living with Lauren? J Dog, I was at work this on Friday. This past week was busy for me, like every single day. The day was my only free day this week. I haven't had a free day since a week ago today. Yeah, like it was a busy week for me because I was juggling between both jobs. The season and my part-time job is like really kicking back up. So it was really busy for me between preseason games and concerts and then my other job at the airport. I didn't have time. That's probably why y'all didn't really get a lot of like content out of me this week because yeah, it was just busy. Like today was my chill day, was my relaxed day. I was able to go to the gym, work out and everything like that, and come back home and just relax until I'm doing this stream right now. But speaking of everybody's weeks, how was y'all week? The people that's in the chat, how was your week? Did you have a productive week? Because I know this was a productive week for me, for sure. I can already tell after this stream, I'm probably going to take a nice little nap. What's going on, Dallas Fort Worth? You said you ended up sick trying to fast. You gotta be careful when it comes to those fasts. You gotta really know what you're doing. You said you did over 57 hours. What's going on, King Hebrew? Oh, you was really working hard for the money. Oh, the creamer, you said you about to go to work. Well, try to have a good day. Gamer, you said you worked till 4:30 one day. What time did you go in? I remember I did a fast before a couple years ago. I did a 3 day nothing but water fast. I ended up losing 6 pounds. Well, one good thing did come out of my week, even though it was a productive week. I did get a new computer because if y'all remember, I was saying I think last week that my keys on my Mac was starting to stick. So, like almost the entire row was completely gone and was malfunctioning. And I had that Mac since 2012 or 2011, one of the two. I can't remember what year I actually got it, but just know that the warranty is off of it. So if I was to try to take it into an Apple store to try to get it replaced, then it would have it would have cost a lot more. It would have cost a lot of money. What's going on, Crew Reality? So I ended up getting a Windows type of computer, going back to my roots. What's going on, cats? And is it getting like for those of y'all who live on the East Coast? Has it gotten cold for y'all? Because today it was cold. It was like a cold rain today. That is the worst combination when it's cold and when it's raining. Like this is the weather right here where it's like flu season is just right around the corner. Let's just put it that way. So you have a lot of people coughing, and there's gonna be a lot of Lysol being sprayed. People gonna be wearing masks and all of that good stuff. Just try to stay immune from it as much as you possibly can. I don't even remember my college email. I've been out of college since 2011, and when I was in college, I didn't even use my college email. Now that I think about it, but yeah, I got a crazy story to tell you about something that happened at my part time job. So I was working a concert this past Friday, and the concert hadn't even gotten started yet. I mean, it had got started, but it had just really got into it. And all of a sudden, like, because I'm standing in the hallway because I was standing on a concourse because that's where they placed me at. So I wasn't actually inside. And all I saw was this woman come out and she's like trying to guide her friend to a trash can. So I already knew it was about to happen. And he's like stumbling hard. Like he's stumbling, like crossing one foot over the other. Let's just say if he had to take a breathalyzer test and he got pulled over for a DUI, he would be going to jail to sleep it off. But anyway, he couldn't even make it to the trash can. He fell smooth right into the trash can and started throwing up. Like he literally face planted right into the trash can. Like if this was recorded, it would probably be a viral video. So thanks for dropping in, Neon Eyes. And as soon as that happened, because he was right near me, I immediately took one giant leap backwards. And if somebody was back behind me and they said like they had a tray of food, they would have been upset because I would have knocked that whole tray over and probably them. That's how fast I jumped back. I moved back like I was the Flash. And the thing is, I was just getting ready to go on my break. Like this, my break was at 8:30 p.m. and this happened at like 8:25. Because the whole time he was stumbling over to get to that trash can, I kept my eye on him to see how he was going to land. Because if any of that stuff would have landed on me, I would have been clocking out. I would have left early that day. And working at that place where it's where it's a place that serves a lot of alcohol and liquor, that's bound to happen, especially at a concert where a lot of people there don't know how to control their liquor. Now, when it comes to working sporting events, most of them know how to, but when it comes to concerts, now you're dealing with a whole different crowd of people that you've never seen before, you're not used to seeing, you probably won't see again. But anyway, I'm going to post the link to the Hangout in the chat. If anybody does choose so to join, you can. So we can get through these topics. Shout out to Gwen B, because last week she was a part of the stream. She came in maybe about a little halfway through. And that was like a stream that went on for over 3 hours. But it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was engaging. Had many people involved and whatnot.
Hey, what's up?
I haven't started the topics yet, Dallas Fort Worth. You know how I do my little introduction and whatnot. I haven't talked about anything yet, so you haven't missed anything.
Hey, what's up? Just wanted to come on in.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'm doing great so far. It's been a while since I've been in a live stream that you hosted.
I know. Because I haven't done a lot of live. Well, this is the third one I've done in quite a while. Because, you know, I used to do like pump them out like crazy, but then I had stopped.
Yeah. And I know this is your anti-NFL live stream. Oh, I've been trying to share your live stream so we can get you more people to come on over. So just want to tell you that.
I actually got the notification that to my phone that you did share this one. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I was also asking, have you or anyone else have been getting notifications of my videos? Because I've been having hard problems with the notification issues, because you know how YouTube been acting up lately, and that includes even my streams. And I mean, my channel is growing still, but all my channels are growing still, but you know, that notification problem.
It's I'm still getting them. Like all the people who I have the bell press for, I do get their notifications, including yours.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. Oh, looks like some of my subscribers are here as well. You know, we share some of the same subscribers. I know Kaiman and Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why some people be scared to come onto the panel and say something. They like, you know what, I'm gonna stick and stay in the chat and chat from here. Because trust me, I have a whole list of topics to talk about. Some of them I've talked about in a pre-recorded video, and some of them I haven't talked about yet. Because I get so many emails per day. If one day I might actually do a video where I show a complete empty email box that has no emails in it, nothing in the inbox, and then pick it up and show y'all what it looks like by the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
So y'all can see for yourself how many emails I get per day. Because some people be like, I hope he does the topic that I sent them. I hope he does the topic I sent him. Trust me, I wish I could do every topic that y'all send me, but here's the thing. I have too many subscribers who send me emails. Some of y'all send me stories, and then maybe an hour or so later, I'll get the same email from a different person about that topic someone sent me hours ago. So I might have already talked about it. In which case, I'll email that person back and say, I already talked about it, but I just haven't uploaded the video yet. Especially if it's one of those breaking news stories, and that's when I get flooded from everybody sending me the same story.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I might start doing is I've been sharing my email lately so that if people wanted to look up put in topics that they think that maybe I should talk about, just give me an email. Plus, I've been trying to look for topics with more positive stuff like Black-owned businesses and Black films and stuff, because I got 2 segments I'm trying to bring back in my YouTube and my accounts. One called BF&T News, which is about Black film and television, and anything that involves Black people involving film and television. Because I was going to do an upcoming one about the LeBron James and Space Jam 2. And then, of course, I'm trying to do this other segment called Black in Business, where I talk about Black people involved with business and stuff, Black-owned businesses especially. So I did like only one of each video like a long time ago, and I haven't brought those segments back since. Because the first one I did for the BF&T News was the one where you remember the Winston Duke, who played M'Baku from Black Panther. Well, he of course he's going to be in Jordan Peele's upcoming movie. A couple months ago, he was picked to he's being picked to possibly play Kimbo Slice in a upcoming biopic that might be worked on. And that was the first one of the BF&T News segments that I did, and that was like maybe a month or 2 ago. And then when I did the Black in Business one, I was talking about how this one Black-owned makeup artist could surpass Kyle Jenner in the Billionaire Club, and then this other woman was going to do like this Black-owned version of Airbnb and stuff like that. And I think that was also a couple months ago as well.
Okay.
So I'm trying to bring more positive stuff. Recently, I did a video on a young Black girl who's doing her own business, and this is a 4th grader. And it's called, I forgot the website. It's called brownbackpack.com. And this is from this little girl with the help of her mother. And I did a video on it just so if you want to go on my channel and look up all my past videos, you can check it out for yourself. Oh, and Terrain, by the way, did you know that I talked about your channel on my live stream channel?
I didn't know that. Like I said, this past week has been busy. If I wasn't working during the day, I was working during the evening.
Well,
I do appreciate it though.
The live stream I did wasn't about your channel though, but I've been doing a lot of live streams on my live stream channel, and I might upload some of those replays onto my other channels, including my main channel, JDog8807, which is the one I'm on right now. And it talks about people's channels and platforms and stuff, whether it be YouTube, Black Junction, Black Spot, or whatever. And I'm trying to help people get, especially smaller channels, get more subscribers. I had this idea from Lisa Cabrera when she was doing that. I don't know why she stopped. I wish she continued. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to help, and that way our community can be more connected with the through YouTube and social media. And so that's why it's the episodes on my live stream channel are called Support These Platforms and Channels. And I think this past week I just did my a number 5 just this past Wednesday, and that one I talked about True Royal Family and The Underrated Darkness and several other people. You should y'all in the chat room and even yourself, Terrain, should really check those videos out. And also in the future, I'm going to upload more. I just actually upload one of the replays, which was the very first one on my main channel just recently.
Okay.
Yeah, so check it out when you have the chance. Oh yeah, even Crew. I did one with Crew and on there, and there might be more coming up soon. I wish he came in here because he comes in my live streams a lot.
Well, actually, since you was talking about positivity, that was actually the first topic I wanted to talk about. And I actually did a video about this individual yesterday. And his name is and I hope I get it right because people had to correct me. And I actually did a video about this individual yesterday. And his name is you gotta mute your mic.
Raymond came in.
You gotta mute your mic. About this individual yesterday. You gotta mute your mic.
YouTube audio.
You gotta mute your mic.
I'm trying to close everything. My bad.
Yeah, just mute your YouTube audio, not your Google Hangout.
Not the mic, but the YouTube audio.
He muted his mic though.
Oh, hold on. Unmute your mic, but mute the YouTube audio.
Yeah, so if you're on the actual YouTube video watching this live stream, mute that, but you don't have. And if you mute that, you don't have to mute your Google Hangout mic.
I muted everything. Can y'all hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I didn't mean to say mute your mic. I meant to say mute your YouTube audio.
I muted everything. Can y'all hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Mute your mic. I meant to say mute your YouTube audio. Now it's echoing again.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Mute your mic. I meant to say mute your YouTube audio. Now it's echoing again.
You got more people who now want to join in. So, Terrain, I don't want to feel like I'm taking over your live stream because I think that's one person said that.
Because I'm trying to because some people want me to send a link to their email, so I got to sign in and do all of that.
That's what I do with my live streams. I figured the safest thing will be to either send them a link to my to their emails or send it through Google Hangout, the Google Hangout website, because I don't want trolls like the one that someone just blocked coming in the panel through the links by putting it in the chat room. So, and it looks like you got.
Oh, I know it was King Hebrew who wanted the link, so that's who I'm about to send it to now.
I think I have his email.
I have his email too, because when people send me topics and stuff, it automatically stores it.
Yeah. But yeah, I just put it in people's emails or Google Hangout and not in the chat room because of the
trolls.
Yeah, you got trolls in here right now that just got blocked. And that's what my biggest fear is. They click on that link and they come on in. Looks like someone was impersonating Hassan Campbell.
Well, it looks like they somebody got a hold of him.
Yeah. And then someone was trying to pretend they were the NFL. I guess the NFL is angry that you're trying to take audiences away with your live streams.
I don't see how I can do that with only 46 people watching, but I guess. Dallas Fort Worth said they're coming in because of the title. Well, that is true. When you put certain keywords in the title, it'll attract people, especially because it says NFL. They didn't see anti in front of it; they just saw NFL.
Yep.
All right, King Hebrew, if you're still in the chat, I just sent you the link to the Hangout. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just leave my email open, so if anybody else wanted, I'll just email it to them that way.
And then you just need to bring this up to a low boil, then reduce it down.
All right, and there he is. but he muted himself. I think he had noise in the background. But you know, we're just gonna go ahead and get started, and when they're ready to jump in, we'll go into it. But the person I wanted to talk about, and some people already put his name in the chat, was Silas Adekunle, because I got his name wrong yesterday when I was doing the video about him. But it was announced that he was the youngest, not the youngest, but the highest paid robotics engineer in the world. And he's out of Lagos, Nigeria, and he's only 26 years old.
Whoa.
That's huge. Yes, Cap, I will give you a wrench. There it is. But yeah, he's the youngest, not the youngest, he's the highest paid robotics engineer in the world. He's only 26 years old and he's out of Nigeria. He has his own company, and Apple he has even started to sell one of his main products in their stores.
That's good to hear. We need more stories like that. I might do a video on it as well.
I've actually said how the STEM department, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics department, is the most funded school out of any school that you can go to. Like when you go to any college, the STEM department gets the most money. I know when I was in undergrad, that was the department that got the most funding. Like they would get thousands of dollars thrown at them every scholastic year. Out of all the departments, it was heavily funded, and I can see why, because that's the department that really keeps a lot of this stuff going, especially in the engineering science part. Technology, of course, because that's constantly in motion.
Yes.
And I'm glad someone sent me that story, and I'm glad I was able to talk about it, because we know that mainstream media is not going to talk about it, and you would think that it would, because it said he's the highest paid in the world, not just where he's from, or not just the country he's in, but throughout the entire globe, throughout the entire world. That means everybody.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
What were you ready to say?
I said that maybe it's time for us to start sending his message. That's why I said about the little girl that I talked about in one of my videos. Maybe it's up to us to spread the word out. We cannot depend on mainstream media, what you call it, on our stories. It's going to be up to us in black media to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And see, they like to say that we have low IQs and whatnot. I said, you can't have a low IQ and do what he's doing.
I know.
And I'm almost certain he's not sitting around trying to calculate what his IQ is. He knows he's intelligent. Clearly.
Yep.
They're the only ones that like to measure numbers and stuff like that to try to make themselves feel good. Because for them, that's all it is a feel-good show.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything else to that?
Not really, but I was wondering if there was more onto the kid, because like I said, I might try to do my own video on that person, and I think I find the link on one of your other videos.
Well, I left the link to the article in the description, so it's more information there, but I just gave you like the basic summary of it, but it is a little bit more to it, but that was pretty much it as far as that goes. I just hope that they don't try to sabotage what he's created, because you already know how that goes.
Yes,
they probably trying right now.
They probably are. Because remember that story about that black guy out of Africa? I forgot what country it was, and he created it. You said it was South Africa?
Yeah, I think it was. You said that he got killed, and all of a sudden the government or some white person came up with the exact same invention
and changed the name of it.
They do that shit all the time.
Hey, Tony.
It was going. Oh, you got two accounts?
This CRU.
Cruz, that you?
That's me. The older. I'm trying to turn on my computer.
You
Oh,
got two counts up here.
yeah, you got two accounts. So you got one that's muted and one that we hear you in.
I'm trying to turn everything down. Like I got a studio. I got like 12 YouTube accounts.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Ray Gun. I'm Ray C. CRU Reality. Everything. You know what I mean?
Well, you need more than one account, especially after what's been going on.
Oh yeah. Hey J Dog. I know you know me. Shit. This is
Yeah.
me.
Well, it looks like Gab Talk Media is here. Try to invite him, Terrain. I mean, I'm not trying to take over your show, but I think I should try to share links
No,
with Gab.
I know J Dog is gonna take over every show.
I'm trying not to do that, but it's just I know some of these people.
I mean, if
So
he wants to
I,
leave, you
I
gotta
would.
let me know
Hey Torian.
what's going on.
Hey, peace, bro. Hey, you see they still ain't put my Twitter back up.
I don't know how that
But,
happened.
no, yeah, that's because that motherfucker was what I called him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then all his fans probably did me in. So I call them that all day. That's what they are. You know what I mean? I'm on your channel, so I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean? But I do agree that they are what I called them. You know?
So you got banned from Twitter?
Shit, I did a video about it.
Hey, let me ask
Yes.
y'all a question. Do y'all have iPhones?
No, I have
No.
Android.
Oh, well, there's an app that's like Twitter, but it's black owned called Blitter.
I heard
I
that.
never heard of that.
Yeah, it's BLITTER. And I'm not sure if other phones now have it, but yeah, try to look for an app called Blitter. It's like the black Twitter.
I'll probably check it out, but shit, I think that sounds like a virus. In my opinion.
Because I have an account there, just haven't used it in a while. But this is the way how Twitter is going on, and Facebook and YouTube. This is telling us we need to focus on going on our own platforms like Black Junction and Black Spot and Blitter and stuff like that.
J Dog and Taurine. We made our own shit. We've already been here. We are the people. We are the first people. We are the first nation. We are everything Jason Black talks about. Everything that Tyreek talks about. Everything that Cynthia talks about. Everything. Dog, we are here. We are the people. We're all working for the same purpose, and we're working against the same enemy. If I don't know if you get me, but the enemy is the same. It's the devil. But we're all working against the same enemy, and we're all working on the same accord. You know what I mean? J Dog, Torian, everybody, all of us are working on the same accord. We're all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you want to go in the front door or you want to go in the back door? You know what I mean? Like, you want the vest or do you want the rifle? Which one do you want? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same enemy, but we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And just us being able to have these platforms to like we're on Torian's platform. J Dog always want to take over everything. I took over a little bit. No, J Dog, because you always hosting shit, dog. You want to be like what's his name? O'Shea and shit.
O'Shea Jackson, yeah.
Yeah. You always be hosting shit like O'Shea.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't always get to do live streams because I also have to work as well. I have a job.
Me too. No, but what I'm saying is, though, every channel you get on, you always try to host it like you O'Shea. Like, wait a second, this Torian channel, this Nicole channel.
Yeah. And you know what?
But I love you for it, though. I love you for it, though, because you actually do the shit right.
And to tell you the truth, it's been a while since I've been in Torian Reigns live streams.
You on it right now? This anti-NFL. I need to put on my Kaepernick jersey. Then, damn. Go walk
he's actually going to be one of the topics, but we're not going to talk about him just yet. But I did want to.
Hey, Tori, I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but I'm finna put on my Kaepernick jersey and go walk amongst these white folks out here in Fargo. How about that? How about that?
Well, hold on. If you're going to do that, you need to throw on some Nike apparel too.
Word.
The jersey is Nike.
Put your Nike sneakers on.
Yeah, get Nike shoes on. Oh, you.
No, I got Jordans. I bought from my buddy's store. You know what I mean? But the Kaepernick jersey itself is Nike. I bought this shit a year ago. I got the white jersey. I'm talking about like the white jersey. All right, I'm finna put it on. I'm finna hop on this chat with y'all.
All right. Well, the next topic I wanted to discuss was Juan David Ortiz. Do any of y'all know who that is?
No.
He was the. I did a video about him a couple of days ago. Wait, hold on. Who has the background noise?
It might be me. Let me pause this.
It's not you. Hey King, is that you? Okay.
Yeah, because all my stuff is off in here.
Okay. But it was somebody by the name of Juan David Ortiz, and he was a Border Patrol agent in Texas. And they basically got him down there because he was raping and sleeping. Well, he was raping and he murdered 3 women who happened to be prostitutes. And he almost got a 4th one. Or maybe he got 4 of them and he was about to get a 5th one. Now, what makes this so interesting is his name is Juan David Ortiz, and he's a Border Patrol agent. He looks like someone that they should have sent across the border himself.
I know.
He's working right at the border. I said, when it's all said and done, they're going to send his ass packing right over that border.
Yeah. So basically, he's like the coon of the Hispanic community.
I mean, I guess you could say that because they never identified who the women were, and they probably won't.
Yeah. They're probably you know the illegals, and they probably try to use that as a way advantage against them to try to help get the guy off because he was going after their kind and not some white girl.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get off. He's definitely gonna get off.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Damn, I thought I cut the shit off. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be in your shit, Tori. I'm out here in White Boyville in Fargo. And like I was outside last night. And I was with a bunch of fine ass white girls too. You know what I mean? But shit, this ain't what I want. You know what I mean? I'm from Chicago. I want black women. You know what I mean? J-Dog, if you feel me. Taurine, if you feel me. That's what I want. You know what I mean? But I take what I can get, but I still even put them on the side. You know what I mean? I say, hey, look, we can dance at the club, but shit, I'm not bringing you home. If you give me.
I wouldn't even do that because in this era of Me Too, they could say anything.
And not to mention, and don't forget, this is the era of Trump too.
But I swear to God, if y'all watch my shit or whatever, like I was at the bar with them. You know what I mean? I was at the club with them. This is where I go out. But I'm like, yeah, y'all ain't coming home with me though. You know what I mean?
wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do all that because if you don't understand the history of how the white female gets down, they can be very treacherous.
Hey, Thorin, this the only reason I went out, right? So, and this is why I say it, right? Because this the only time I went out. I went out because I had to end the summer. You know what I mean? I had to go out. I need to listen to some music. If you watch one of my videos, it's like, you know what I mean? Like this where I went out. This was the closest place. You know what I mean? But goddamn, man, what else am I supposed to do?
Sit by yourself?
Yeah, I stay by myself all the fucking time. Like, I mean, like on real talk. Like, I stay by myself all the time. I work for a white ass hospital. I work for a bunch of white folks. You know what I mean? I do my job. I take care of shit. I send my daughter. My daughter's in Africa. I take care of shit. You know what I mean? I work and I take care of that shit. But sometimes I got to fucking go out. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I just want to hear music sometimes. Sometimes I just want to go out and, you know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong going out.
It's like LBZ. You know LBZ, right? He in the DMV area right there with Torrance. You know what I mean? But sometimes you want to go out.
There's nothing wrong with going. There's nothing wrong with going out, but you just need to be aware of your surroundings because you said, "Are you in North Dakota?"
Yeah, Torian. I'm in Fargo, North Dakota. I look out my window. I see a river.
Like a very white area.
Yeah, no, it is. It is exactly a white area, right? Like if you were to watch my video, like I was in, I'm in Fargo. You know what I mean? It's all white people. I had the finest white girls right with me. You know what I mean? But shit, it's still what it is. You know? That's all.
You gotta be careful.
All I'm gonna say is just be careful because there's people in the chat saying move or go back to Chicago.
No, man, look, I make more money. I make more money. I make more money out here.
What made you go out there?
My buddy.
So it wasn't like it wasn't a military thing or anything like that.
No, my buddy out here. He had a store. I came out here. I fought with my best friend. You know what I mean? My best friend I grew up with. He moved out here. And that's why I came out here, and then I ended up staying out here. Like, man, shit, I just go where the job comes. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Tori, I'm going to ask you, why are you in D.C.? Why are you not in Cali? Why are you not somewhere else? You know what I mean?
Because this is where I prefer to be.
No, see, but that's what all I'm saying though.
Reason why I live in Virginia is because I just live in Virginia. Matter of fact, I was born in Virginia.
That's all I'm asking though. You know what I mean? It's not no big question or nothing, but like, why are you there? You're there because shit, I'm in Fargo, North Dakota because this is where I came out here with my friend. You know what I mean? And shit, Madmon TV, whatever. And we do music. This is my best friend. I've known him since high school. You know what I mean? And I came out here and I was only supposed to be out here for a couple of days. Then I end up staying out here, and now I'm the fucking boss out here. And they go talking in the background too. He trying to co-sign and shit. But like that's why I came out here.
Crew, we're gonna have to change the subject because the people in the chat are going off right now.
They sure is.
What are they saying? Damn, I'm not even looking at this shit. Damn.
Yeah, they're really quite. They saying, "Are you drunk right now?" Like how did it get into the state? Like how did this get into the conversation?
Hey, Tori, no, I'm not drunk, but I'm finna go to the store.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on to the next topic, and I'm echoing again. All right. So the next topic is. All right, I'm still. So someone is still.
I'll check it out. Oh, that might be me. Let me change that. All right, can you hear? It's better now.
Let me see. I think it's better now. All right. The next topic I wanted to discuss was this picture that went viral of George Zimmerman signing Skittles.
I saw that. Matter of fact, on one of my live streams, I think this past weekend, that's the exact topic I talked about. One of the few topics I talked about was him.
Right. And I think I saw Phil speak on this as well. And I said the guy is a professional. I said the guy is a clinical professional troll. Like he's actually going around just signing packs of Skittles.
Oh yeah, he's a very.
That's not the worst of it. That's not the worst of it. Or it could be, but what makes it even worse is the shirt he was wearing. He was wearing a shirt with the Confederate flag on it.
Yeah, I saw that. That guy should have been dealt with seriously.
I think he got mad protection with him.
Yeah, that's what Town Business. Town Business. Have y'all go to Town Business videos and stuff? He's one of those LDBC people, like the LBZ is. He talks about while we are going after people like XXX test, yet they won't go after George Zimmerman. And then, I hear rumors of he's hiding. He's not hiding. He's in plain sight, but he got protection and stuff like that. He's not protected all the time.
I mean, you gotta have a plan to get him. You can't just roll up on him.
I know. No one has thought of one that could work.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, it was a white guy that tried to kill him a couple years ago. And what happened to him? He got sentenced to 20 years in jail just for attempting to kill him. He had no plan. And it's all because George Zimmerman antagonized him. Now, this is a white guy that did this. Imagine if a black guy would have did this. They probably gave him life.
Or they would kill him right there.
Right? Probably.
But who's paying for his security, though?
And you got to understand, too, George Zimmerman's family is tied up into the law system. His dad is or was a judge. And if he was a judge, don't think that he doesn't still have those connects. Because you got to think, George Zimmerman has a very wicked past. If y'all watch that Trayvon Martin documentary, that 6-part series, Part 6 was mainly about George Zimmerman and his past leading up to what he did to Trayvon Martin. This guy was far from an angel. I mean, he has abuse. He has domestic abuse on his record, sexual assault. He has physical assault against, I think, his ex's father. Like, the guy has a record and a track history of being pretty much a psycho / sociopath. He's a combination of both.
Wasn't he accused of raping one of his cousins?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that he was accused of raping one of his cousins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he has a pretty dark past, and it's amazing how they covered all of that up while that trial was going on. Like they tried to paint him in this good light and make Trayvon Martin appear like he was what they call a thug and all types of stuff of that nature.
Because they're on code, all right? They know that if he lost that case and went to jail, it could be a loss on their entire society.
And it's so crazy because he had like all those supporters. Remember, he had all those supporters and whatnot, and they were saying things like he's a good guy and things of that nature. Trayvon Martin is this, that, and the third, and he shouldn't have been doing this. He shouldn't have been doing that. And then after the trial, then that's when they see George Zimmerman for who he truly is. And now they want to backpedal.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Like George Zimmerman is plugged. He's plugged with judges. He's plugged with everybody. So it's like I grew up Boulay. When you're plugged, you're plugged. George Zimmerman is plugged. He knows all the judges. He knows everybody. You cannot touch him over there in Florida. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He's plugged. That's why nobody has done shit to him.
Your sound is going in and out.
Because nobody can do shit to him because he's plugged. He's got judges. He's got everybody. I'm Boulay from Chicago. I know this shit. Dog, motherfuckers be plugged. That's all I'm saying. So, go ahead. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you have power, and not to mention when you have the complexion, you can get away with a lot of stuff. That's how this system is run, unfortunately.
Like, I did this shit backwards just now. Like, I just left the crib without my gun, but I got my Kaepernick jersey on. So one of these white people might do something to me. And I don't have my, you know what I mean? But shit.
Well, the next thing I wanted to talk about was, and this was probably the funniest thing that happened this week, and that's the whole Cat Williams situation. I don't even have to ask if y'all heard about it. I know y'all did.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I talked about it in my streams as well. It's a lot of stuff that you're talking about now. I've talked about in my streams and stuff.
What happened with Cat Williams? I don't know. Man, none of y'all talking about shit. I never heard of nothing. I'm just fucking with y'all. You know I follow both of y'all.
So
I'm just talking shit.
So basically, Cat Williams, he was on V103 on a morning show with Frank Ski and Wanda Smith, and Red Grant was there. And he was there talking about his comedy special, you know, just talking, have a casual interview. And in the discussion when he was talking, he brought up Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, Hannibal Buress, and Tiffany Haddish. I'm not sure if it was anybody else, but I do know those are off the top of my head. And he was just basically keeping it real. Cat Williams, like I said, is probably one of the realest comedians of our generation. And nowadays, we don't have a lot of real, raw comedians. We have a lot of Hollywood comedians, such as Kevin Hart. And, well, can you really classify Tiffany Haddish as a comedian? I mean, Cat Williams doesn't classify her as such because he said, I can't even name one Tiffany Haddish joke. That was one thing that made me laugh when he had said that.
I can name one Cat Williams joke.
I can name plenty of Cat Williams jokes. That's the thing. But yeah, I couldn't name one or in some. But then he went on and said, you know, but the funniest part about it was when him and Wanda Smith got into that roasting battle. That was too funny. I was cracking up at work listening to that. But the funniest, I'd say, where she shot herself in the foot at was when he brought up the topic of cooking. He was like, Wanda, do you cook? She said, yes. He said, what do you cook? She says, I make a nice broccoli. What?
You don't cook broccoli. You warm it up. You steam it, or you microwave it, or you warm it up. You don't cook it because broccoli is already grown.
He said, when she said, I make a nice broccoli, I laughed so hard. Like, she made it seem like making broccoli was this exquisite dish. Like, all you need is a pot of water to boil, and you put the broccoli in it. And that's it. Season the water a little bit for a little bit added flavor, and that's it. She didn't even say, like, could she have made a dish and probably put some broccoli in it, to make it her own. But no, she said she makes a nice broccoli. Then they kept going on and everything, but the whole roast was hilarious. Then Charlemagne got involved and gave Cat Williams Donkey of the Day, and people was going in. If y'all go over to the Breakfast Club YouTube channel and look at the Donkey of the Day when he gave Cat Williams that Donkey of the Day, it was more dislikes on that video than likes, and the people in the comment section were going in on him, and rightfully so.
I know. I mean, and Charlemagne, the guy, he got his own issues to worry about. Like, he still has to explain what was the deal with Tommy Lauren, and then, of course, the whole thing about the sexual misconduct situation. So he cannot be talking about Cat Williams when he got his own skeletons in his closet.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to sleep with Tommy.
Yeah, probably so. And then, like I said, this thing had a lot of layers. That's why that video that I did about this topic was so long, because it had a lot of stuff going on. But something else that came out about it, but I want to go in order. So then what happened after that? Oh, yeah. Apparently, Wanda Smith's husband got all in his feelings and decided to meet Cat Williams at the spot where Cat Williams was going to do a show with his gun in his hip. I'm like, if she's a comedian, roasting is like the base level when it comes to comedy is roasting.
I know. But apparently not everyone could take a joke. And
she's the one that kicked it off. Like, she started it all.
Because she thought she could win against Cat Williams.
I said Cat Williams is the roast king. If I didn't know it before, I know it now. I would not want to get roasted by him, but should I would be honored. I could say, hey, Cat Williams roasted me. I feel I'm glad he did. I said I would feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. But he didn't hold back or anything like that. And the thing is, when you listen to her talk, you can tell she was getting annoyed. She was trying to make it seem like she wasn't, but she was.
Yeah, she was about to snap.
She probably wanted to hop over that table.
Yeah.
And then, Kevin Hart, he came out and spoke in defense of Tiffany Haddish on his Instagram live stream. And I said, I think the only reason he came to her defense the way he did is because they're about to be in that movie Night School that comes out on Friday
this weekend.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why he came to her defense. Then they had the Emmys, in which Tiffany Haddish and Cat Williams both won an Emmy for their respective projects. And now the most recent thing that came out was you had Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart on The Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. And this whole positivity thing that Kevin Hart was going on about when he was in his Instagram live, speaking in defense of Tiffany Haddish in the calm tone that he did a complete 180 and started speaking in a tone that was like, wait, you went from this to this? And he literally was like taking a lot of digs towards Cat Williams, talking about him being on drugs and saying that he needs to stop blaming the white man for all this, that, and the third. Like, he sounded like he was getting propped up and ready to be on Fox News.
Yep. Yeah, I just heard about that.
Hey, Tori, can you hear
What's
me?
up? Yeah.
Right. So, Amy Man said he was dry snitching. That's not dry snitching, dog. That's entire holy snitching. You know what I mean? That's no. He has the drugs right there over there. That is entirely snitching. That's not dry snitching. That's a whole entire snitch. You're telling on him. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, you messed up the shit because you were doing drugs. No, that's not dry snitching. That's entire snitching.
And I don't know, like, what would make Kevin Hart get on there and say stuff like that. And then Tiffany Haddish had to do the typical thing where she said,
man, you know exactly what made Kevin Hart do that because he making all the money. Torian, you know exactly what made him do that. He did it because he's making the money. Everybody can't hold their own nuts. You know what I mean? Everybody is not real. You are real. You know what I mean? Hey, the reason I found your channel is the same reason I found Harvey Superboy channel. Why? Because of Jason Black. You know what I mean? Professor Truth. Well, he called you out. That's how come I found your channel. You get me?
yeah.
Hey, you gotta be. When you're real, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Days low shit. You know what I mean? Like shit. Hey, Torian, you, Harvey, all of them motherfuckers be actually dropping the real shit every day. I wake up every morning and I'll be seeing Patreon or you know what I mean, YouTube or this, that. Torian just drop some new shit. And I'll be like, and yes. And then I go talk to my white boss about that shit. And he'd be like, yeah, Torian is still on that real shit. You know what I mean? It's like he's not lying. Yeah, it's bullshit. But he's not lying. If you get me. You know what I mean? But I wake up every morning and it's Torian Rain shit. But I'm gonna put myself on mute, let y'all talk.
Yeah, I keep saying that we are the black media. You, Terrain. I mean, I don't really call myself black media, but yeah, but some people do. And maybe sometimes I do say myself, we are the new black media. So it's
J-Dog, I call you the new media because you're the one that put us all together. So and that's the last I'm talking.
And guess what? So is Jason Black, Tariq, Cynthia, Professor Black Truth, China, Harvey Superboy, Lisa, the True Royal Family, the Radical Home Sister, Angry Man, the LDBC. We are the black media, and this is whether we like each other, don't like each other, whether we agree or disagree with each other on certain topics. We are the new media. We're not controlled by lamestream media. We're not controlled by sponsors and stuff like that. That's why we're called the new media. And there's many other people, Nicole, the Elder, a whole bunch of people.
That was messed up what they did to the Elder channel too. Like, you know, they got to him and he had to pretty much start over. Oh yeah, Dallas Fort Worth said Phil from the Advice Show.
Oh yes,
I got blocked from that channel.
Phil on the Advice Show.
You said you got blocked from hold on, what channel you said you got blocked from?
I got blocked with Phil and Nicole.
How did that happen?
I made a joke about boycotting H&M. I'm not H&M. Burlington Coat Factory for not hiring me, and I got blocked.
You know what? It may not have been them.
Yeah, it wasn't Phil. It was somebody else in there.
Yeah.
It may have been another person, or it could be within YouTube. And yes, someone in the chat room mentioned Naya Says and Tariq Nasheed. Yes, there are new black media. Yeah, YouTube has a way of trying to mess with people by blocking them from within the company, and it's not the person who runs that channel does not want them blocked. So you gotta also remember that. They mess with our channels or mess with our subscribers.
Hold up. I got 63 people watching and only 33 likes.
31 likes.
Now, I see 33 on my end.
Oh, okay. Yes, Pellis Miller too. I forgot to mention her. Yeah, all these people. Naya says Pellis Miller.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Shout out to Thought Crimes. Like they do good videos. I remember I did a couple of collaborations with them. I think it was last year.
Yeah, Thought Crimes, B Miles, Jalen Podcasts. Yeah, these are all different people. This guy GMOG, Media Talk, Gab Talk Media. These are all Nicole Ali, Nicole View, because there's two Nicoles.
Hey, J-Dog, you taking over Torian channel?
Ooh, sorry about that. I'm just naming all the people. Like I said, I'm trying to, but it's just all these people. All these people are the face of the new black media, even if they don't say they are. People go to them to watch stuff and not go to the mainstream media or go to the dead old black media like Roly Poly Martin or BET.
Hey, Roly said was some real shit the other day. Just the only thing he said that was some real shit was when he talked about John Burge died. Because that motherfucking Chicago cop used to beat people by their feet. He used to beat your feet and make you confess. John Burge sent a bunch of motherfucking innocent people to jail in Chicago. My stepmom did a lawsuit against John Burge. I told you, I got lawyers, I got reverends. Shit, I got 4 parents. 2 of them reverends, 2 of them lawyers. Guess which one? And I got 2 step parents. So, and all of them, I love them. I got 4 parents. I feel great. You know what I mean? Like, I feel great. But yes, my stepmama sued Chicago on behalf of Chicago, a black Chicago police officer. But then it's like, if you're going to do me like this, why didn't you do John Burge like this? And John Burge was torturing people. John Burge just died 4 or 5 days ago. Fuck him. Satan can have him. John Burge is the reason that the crime was so high in Chicago. Because John Burge was making people confess to bullshit. I swear to God, right now, if you get pulled over in Chicago, touring, and you're from DC or DMV area or whatever, right? It's different over. I swear to God, it's not Charles Faulkner, you know what I mean, that's pulling you over. You know what I mean? It's not our you know what I mean, black order people pulling us over. So these are white supremacists pulling us over, and they're going to do anything they can.
So are we down with the sentence?
To fuck us up.
The hell is wrong with this dude?
I mean, if you get me. Do you understand, or am I just talking bullshit?
At first I was trying to I was trying to figure out what you was reading, King, but I caught it.
But like, I know, you know what I mean? You know Charles, the Baltimore police, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit, if he pull you over, shit, you in Baltimore, shit. He ain't, you know what I mean? It's better for us to police our own crib, but goddamn, in Chicago, it's all the hood, and we're all sitting here getting policed by these other.
I wanted to move on to the next topic, which is Julie Chen Moonves.
Yeah, you had to bring her up.
Well, I had to. I mean, she was the topic of the week.
Julie the hypocrite.
Yes, a really big hypocrite.
So we all know what happened with her husband. Her husband's really not the type. I mean, he's part of it, but he's not the main part of this discussion. So it pretty much got announced that Julie Chen Moonves, as she likes to call herself now, is now stepping down from being on The Talk, which is the daily talk show, which I say is like basically a bootleg version of The View, CBS's response to ABC. And she said that she can no longer be there. And it's pretty obvious why. Because she cannot sit on that panel with those women and talk to an audience that's composed of mostly of women and to a viewing audience at home that is compiled of mostly women, while knowing that her husband has these sexual assault allegations against him from currently now 12 women. He's already left. He gave that $20 million donation to Me Too, and
they accept it.
Of course they did. I did a video talking about it. I did a video talking about how they accepted that. They took that donation, and it came out of the that severance package that he got. You know, that $100 million plus package he got. And they said that if the women decide, if he decides to settle, he's not going to get any of that money because they're going to split that up between all of them. But anyway, she's left the talk. Now, notice how it said that she's left the talk, but it didn't say anything about her leaving Big Brother. Because the talk is a daily show, Big Brother's a weekly show. And I read somewhere it said that she's staying on with Big Brother through 2019. So she's still going to be on CBS, but you'll only see her, well, for the people who watch her, one day a week. But yeah, I had to cue the violins on her this week. I had to cue the violins a couple times this week, to be honest.
That violin is funny.
I saw those videos. And you know what? I think that was another topic I talked about Julia Chen, about that Me Too movement. Right now, that Me Too movement is exploding on itself as of lately. They are hypocritical to accept that money, but yet they were going to trash Bill Cosby, and Julia Chen was telling Camille to leave Bill. Matter of fact, Harvey Boy even says that a lot of black women, including Camille Cosby, should go after Julia Chen exactly because of what she did.
Almost definitely. I mean, it's one thing where I and a few other brothers could call them out, but it won't have the same effect as if a black woman was to call them out. Because, like, we gotta, like, put everything on the table. That movement, that Me Too movement, was hijacked by a bunch of white women to flip it into their own agenda. I said, now do y'all see how the white woman operates? Because what they're using, I said what they're using it for now is not what it was founded on its foundation. Now it's been bastardized and turned into something completely whatever.
Hey, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Yes, see are you? But yes. I was out with all these white girls yesterday. They like dancing to our music. They like doing everything that we do. They have big booties too. Also, you don't. But we still have to do what we got to do to be on coast. I don't know.
And now the Me Too movement, they're going after black men, but they're also fighting each other. You know, you got that Asia Augusto who's been accused of sexually misconduct with a 17-year-old. But now
you already know that, J-Dog, because Taurine already posted that video about the motherfucker that started the Me Too movement is a target of the Me Too movement.
Yeah. And now you even have Rose McGowan going after Asia Augusto. You know, now the Me Too movement is doing some infighting.
Good.
Everybody done did their research. Just like you, J Dog, just like you, Torian, just like.
Hey, crew, you about to have the people in the chat jump in here and try to kick you out of here. Like, for real. Like, if you can see what they're saying in the chat.
I'm looking at it right now.
What's going on, Grinch? I'm trying to save him because they are about to go in. Let's just say that luckily the link is not visible anymore.
That chat room off the chain.
I know, like the people like us, like you see what they saying in the chat.
No interracial dating, no white girls, right? Right, chat room.
That's what they saying. All right. Now that we've talked about Julie Chen Moonves, let's move on to a topic that I haven't talked about on my channel. Like I said, it's one of those topics that somebody sent me that I didn't talk about, but I think Lisa talked about it. And that's we're going to Florida. Raymundo, I can't pronounce his last name. Raymundo Atasiano, I think that's his name. He was the cop in Florida who built up these cases against all these black men unknowingly to try to have a perfect record of arrest or charges and whatnot. And he's one of those ones that look like he came over on the boat and just happened to land right there in Florida. And the most recent thing that came out about him, about this story, is that there was 3 black men that he ended up getting caught up in this whole operation. And unfortunately, one of them got deported. And he was a Haitian immigrant. He was in Florida for 20 years legally, had his papers and everything. And now he got to get deported back to Haiti because of what this guy did.
See, these Latinos don't know. They don't like y'all either.
Sure don't.
Y'all keep sticking your neck out. They don't like y'all. They hate you too.
Mm-hmm. Right, that whole black and brown coalition thing, it just ain't working.
It don't exist. Looks like you got a troll. Oh, we got a troll. Hold on, let me get rid of him. Wait, I'm not on my main channel. I have to switch back to my main channel.
Hold on, y'all. The Grinch God is not a troll.
Well,
But what were you saying? King, I think you were saying something.
J Dog.
Oh, wait, I was saying something.
You was talking.
I think you were talking about something about the Latinos or Hispanics or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Hispanic community has to realize the racist Hispanics got to realize them racist white folks, they don't want them around. They don't want their people around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've talked to Hispanics. You know, I work with them. Some I hang out with in the past, and like nothing. I still and you know I had good friends with them, but I also but they have to realize that the racists, they want them to go away too. They want them to go back to Mexico or El Salvador or wherever country. And they also have to and if they can, if they want to, they'll try to get them back to Puerto Rico with it and let them drown if the hurricane ever floods their island to the point that the island sinks.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like like I said, he was doing all of this to try to get a perfect attendance on his record with arrests and charges and all types of other things. And it came out like that. All of this stuff was pretty much false. I said they need to put the entire department under investigation, because that means all of the people that were involved were compliant with what he wanted. And the fact that he only went after black men lets you know that he's a racist.
Did he get fired?
Yeah, he got fired and he got charges brought up against him too. Now, how far they're going to actually go with it, I'm not sure.
Man, they're gonna put him in a different county.
Yeah, that's like Amber Guyger. They're gonna put her in a different county and let them deal with that, and one that's racist.
What's going on, Leo? But
hey, Leo Johnson. It's been a while since I've seen him.
But yeah, it's like it's wild. It's unfortunate, but it's not surprising. Like I said, this is Florida. I actually said in one of my recent videos, I said, do my followers enjoy sending me stories from Florida and Texas? Because it seems like all the bad stuff happens in those two states.
Sure do.
But anyway, speaking of Amber Guyger, J-Dog, you kind of spoke her up because she was the next person on the list, Amber Guyger.
And I want to tell you something too about the Amber Guyger situation, but I'll let you talk because it's your platform.
The most recent thing that came out about Amber Guyger is her social media pages exposing, information about her. Most notably her Pinterest account, because what happened was they tried to scrub all of her social media information, like anything that she had on any type of account, they got rid of it, but they got a hold of that Pinterest account. And let's just say it was some very interesting stuff what they found on that account. A lot of Trump supporter stuff, or a lot of anti-Colin Kaepernick stuff. The usual stuff.
Dang. This must have happened just recently.
It was recent. It happened a few days. I think it was like last week. Yeah, like I said, they got rid of all of her other. They hid all of her other social media platforms, but that Pinterest account was the one they was able to get a hold of, and it was the only thing that they were able to get a hold of. Everything else was just gone.
Which tells you the stuff they did get rid of, what was on it. Probably some Confederate flag, neo-Nazi crap. But here's what I had wanted to say about the Amber Guyger situation. Ted Cruz had to say something about it. He said that he hopes that the DA doesn't put the blame on Amber Guyger. And I'm like, if any black voters there need to be voting this November to get Ted Cruz out just because of what he just said.
Well, Ted Cruz should have been out for a lot of the things he said even before this happened.
Yes.
And then, did y'all see the video I did yesterday about the black police chief and the black DA?
Once again, Terrain, I also talked about that on last Friday's live stream about those two ladies. But yes, I saw them.
I said that disturbed me more than anything, because that means that they are compliant with what she did. I mean, you had the black police chief who basically defended her and was basically saying that she can't hold her in jail. Then the DA was responsible for contributing to that bond to get her out. And
She about
then
to get off.
and then somebody else had let me know, and I wish I had knew about this sooner when I made that video. When the whole Texas Rangers thing happened, they said that the person who was over that was a black man.
What? Really? You mean we got
Yes.
another David Clark?
I said what? I said this is this is basically what's happening. They put black people in these supposed high positions that they feel like they have some authority, and then that's when they lose their minds. Remember what happened recently in Baltimore where you had that black cop beat up that guy
Yeah.
over
I saw
something that happened in June? It was like that. It was more of a personal vendetta against him, and he just like started to beat on that guy and everything like that. Or the one that happened in Arizona where you had the black guy that was in jail and you had them cops beating on him like it looked like a gang initiation, but the main one doing all the hits and delivering all the punches was the black cop. The black cop hit him so hard, he was the one that caused the guy to get knocked out.
Yes. Not to mention there was the judge who went after Meek Mill in Philadelphia.
That's why I said that the DA in this case reminded me of her because they kind of looked alike.
And who could forget former Sheriff David Clark?
Of course, who can? I mean, you can try to forget him, but it's kind of hard.
Yes. Oh, he was the biggest law enforcement coon out there. It's like once they wear that badge, it's like they're being brainwashed by the badge and stuff like that to hate black people.
No, they was brainwashed for the badge.
Oh, okay. Well, that too. That could probably be. It's like something had to happen to them to make them hate their own kind.
They just want to see at the table.
Yeah. I'm like, let's see the table, and then when they're done with you, they'll take you off the table still. It's like some of our people are just happy with just getting crumbs from massa.
Yeah, they don't understand. Like every coon has a shelf life, and they still don't get it.
Nope. There'll be the 2/3 that don't make it.
And the ones that do actually try and, affect change or do something or shake the table, well, they either get fired or they quote unquote disappear.
Or die. That's the even worse part. They die.
That's why I said quote unquote disappear. When I was saying that was code speak for they end up dead.
Yeah.
Because it's a documentary, I think, on Netflix that talks about a group of cops, I think black and Hispanic cops in New York, another corrupt department with the NYPD, where they were talking about the stuff and the corruption that was going on in there, and they kind of like formed their own group. I think they ended up all getting fired and let go from the job, but they never stopped talking about the corruption going on in the department. I think it was called Crime and Punishment.
Oh.
Yeah, I think New York might be the worst. New York City cops.
I think I think some of the most corrupt departments is the NYPD, the Chicago PD, the LAPD, and the Baltimore PD.
I think New York #1.
I mean, it don't really matter. I mean, they all corrupt, but of course, like you said, there's going to be one that's more corrupt than the other. Of course, I would say NYPD is corrupt too, because look at who their former mayor used to be, Giuliani. Or as I call him, Fuliani or Giuliani, because that's exactly what he looks like. He looks like a gargoyle that sits right there on the top of a church.
Yeah, man, he filled them jails up. He should be ashamed of himself.
He's not ashamed of himself. Like he makes his little appearances and rounds. Trump has given that man new life. He got now because 45 is in office. He got some pep in his step.
Yep.
I didn't even know he was a lawyer.
It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of lawyers are corrupt too. A lot of people in those positions, anything that involves the word justice, are corrupt with a small exception of a few.
Very small, to tell you the truth.
That's why I salute people like Judge Olu Stevens, because he was a black judge and he saw the corruption that was going on and how they say a jury of your peers. Well, one of the cases that he had to deal with, it was a black defendant, and he had a jury of like an all-white jury, and he said, "Hold on, I got to dismiss this entire jury," and he brought in like a mostly black jury. And what ended up happening is, long story short, the black defendant ended up being found not guilty because he knew that if that all-white jury would have stayed, he would have been found guilty for a crime that he knew he didn't commit. And what ended up happening is they felt Olu Stevens had to be taught a lesson. So what they did is they suspended him for 90 days without pay. So he had to spend 3 months without getting any type of check from the courthouse, from that system, for 90 days. Because he wasn't willing to be the one to bow down and kiss the ring.
Nope.
Well, I'm going to move on to the next topic. The next topic is another Papa John's discussion. This time, this is piggybacking off of a video that Lisa did, and it's basically saying how they are going to scrub Papa John Schnatter's name off of any future ad campaigns that they come out with. You know how he always came on at the end and said "better pizza, better whatever," Papa John's. So
Yeah.
they're gonna take him off of the ads, as if that's gonna make me go and buy it.
I know.
The damage is already done.
They piece of nasty anyway.
It tastes like the box it comes in.
That pizza is trash. But his name is still on the product, though.
Well, actually, when I was looking, and I'm glad you said that, because when I was getting ready to start this live stream and I was looking through the topics, I typed in Papa John's to see if it was anything else that came after that, and it was. Do you know that these fools over there saying, well, now that we've taken him off of the ads, we're going to do something else? And I'm like, what are they going to do now? Are they going to like completely are they going to shut him down this time? Because that's the only thing that's going to really satisfy me. No, they're not going to do that. They said they are going to take the apostrophe out of the name. I'm like, what? So instead of it being spelled JOHN apostrophe S, is going to say JOHNS. I'm like, okay, what kind of change is that?
I know. I'm like, how is change the name going to stay the fact that that pizza was run by a racist and that the pizza is not good? That changing the name ain't doing nothing. And how is that going to raise your stock? It's probably the only people that are going to be fooled by that is some sellouts and some coons and stuff.
Like that. When I saw that, I had to like just sit there and shake my head. I said, do y'all really think that just taking out the apostrophe is going to change anything?
Well, Terrain, let me tell you, he ain't the only white man that's getting scrubbed from something.
Who else is?
Alex Jones. Oh, of course, you know he's been banned from a lot of platforms, but guess who took him out this time? PayPal. PayPal is no longer doing business with Alex Jones. And then you know that net neutrality situation where ISPs can just mess with your website and stuff like that. If Comcast, who is supposed to be liberal, hates the fact that Alex Jones is a Trump supporter and has conservative content, they can mess with his website. And if he can't pay the bribe, he is going to be removed unless, of course, net neutrality comes back. So, I figure that's what's going to happen next. I mean, I don't believe in censorship, but Alex Jones, in a way, had this coming.
Oh well,
They just got tired of him.
they really did.
He's done.
Him and his voice. Like every time I think that's what annoyed me the most about him was his voice. Like,
I know.
Every time he talked, it sounded like he was sick.
I know. He like the Bilderbergers, the Illuminati, the Society of something. All these conspiracy theory crap.
I think when he felt like he got maybe one correct, that's when it all went to his head, and then that's when he really started to lose his way. And then it's like a domino effect, and everything is just starting to fall around him.
Yep.
Let's see here. The next topic is Reddit. And
what is that?
Huh?
I heard of it.
Reddit is like a forum, like an online forum where people can just go there and they can like chat about different topics, but it's a very racist type forum. I'm surprised it's not even on the dark web. But they might have a dark web division. Who knows? I'm not going to search for it. But it's also the same company that Serena Williams' husband co-founded.
I know that, but I just didn't know exactly what it do.
Yeah, it's a huge forum. But anyway, recently they did something out of pure desperation, and that was to create these fake Nike coupons that had Colin Kaepernick's face on them, in hopes that people would go there and try to use them. Because if they try to use them, they'll probably get them on some kind of fraud, and they were hoping people were gonna fall for that. But we was looking at them like, are you serious? We know that they ain't gonna do that. And besides, Nike would not even advertise a coupon like that.
Nope.
If I'm Nike, I'm shutting it down.
I'm like, why would they create a coupon like the way that they tried to create it? And I'm like, have you ever seen a Nike coupon before? It doesn't look like that.
It's like a postcard type of coupon. It was like one of the postcards.
Yeah. I said they're not too. I said, well, these are the same people that claim they have a high IQ, but they're not too bright.
Nike should sue them.
Yeah.
They should. Yeah, they should.
I would. I'm shutting it down.
And speaking of Serena Williams, since we're on the topic of since we kind of talked about her, and this wasn't even in my list, but since the name came out, did y'all see that picture that these three guys in Australia did, where they painted their whole body in blackface and pretended to be Venus and Serena?
Yes, I saw that. I'm like, they went full blackface, but not just. They went full black body. That's what I'm concerned.
That's basically what it is. They went full black body. Like they put all of this. I don't know what it was, but it looked like tar or shoe polish or whatever all over their bodies, and put wigs on and claimed that they were paying tribute to the Williams sisters. I said they do that stuff all the time. You know what I said? I said on Twitter, and J-Dog, you probably retweeted it. I said, since white people think it's so funny to do blackface, I said, hashtag dear black people, I want y'all to dress up as a white opioid addict for Halloween.
Yes.
Just like throw some powder on you and go sit in a car with a fake syringe with your head cocked back and your mouth open like a Pez dispenser. But the thing is, we still can't even come to Serena's defense on that picture, because she'll look at that and still not claim the racism that's in it. Now, her husband finally said something as in regards to what happened to her at the U.S. Open, but I think the only reason he said it is because he was pressured into doing so. I'm like, if you really wanted to do something or speak in defense of your wife, you would have said something eons ago, because it's not like that was the first time they came at her neck.
Honestly, I don't think he love her. I'm be real right there. He don't love her.
I think that was more, you know what? I'm starting to think this marriage is more like a business arrangement rather than a marriage.
Sure is.
And the thing is, he's got the come up on. He married up. She married down because his net worth is like $5 million last I checked, and her net worth is well over 100 million. So and now they have a child, so they're stuck together for life. If she didn't have that child and they was to get a divorce, then hey, they go to separate ways. But now, if they were to get a divorce, they can't because of that child. And I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls the same thing that Aisha Tyler's ex-husband did. Because when he divorced her, he ended up getting some kind of arrangement where she has to pay him a certain amount of money per year up until 2020, starting last year. And he ended up going and getting with a white woman and got her pregnant.
It was $2 million a year.
Yeah, that's why she ended up leaving the talk, because she couldn't afford it.
Well, good for her, because she always bashing black men.
She is. That's why I said when I did that I wish I had to cue the violence thing back then. Then when that happened, that would have been perfect. But yeah, it is. I mean, it is what it is. This is Serena. What they say, this is Serena's cross to bear.
I know.
Right? That's what she wanted.
Yep. And that's some of the same thing could end up happening to Tamara Maurer. You know what's going on with her?
Oh yeah. Harvey go hard in the paint with that topic.
Yeah, he won out.
He doesn't let her slide for nothing, and he shouldn't.
I know,
because she's another one. It's such a shame too. Because it's like you look at her sister, and it's like complete and total opposites, even though they're twins. But it's like you got one that's more grounded and the other one whose head is all the way up in the air somewhere in the clouds.
Is her sister married to a black guy?
Yeah. Yes.
Her and her husband actually just had their second child. And she actually has a YouTube channel too.
Yeah, that white man about to leave her.
Yeah, like Harvey actually made a good point when he said that her husband left Fox News because of everything they talk about with Trump and how he disagreed. I said I had the same sentiments Harvey did. That's not the reason he left. He left because they fired him. He must have pissed somebody off who worked there, and they gave him his walking papers. Now Tamara is the breadwinner of the family.
And I know he don't like that.
So he gonna be living off of her real checks. Because she on that talk show, The Real. He gonna be living off of her checks. Just like Sage Steele husband is living off of her and has been for quite some time. That's why I call her Mammy Steele.
She got issues. She
really does. Now Sage Steele is the definition of a tragic mulatto. She is the quintessential tragic mulatto. If you look if you look that word up in the dictionary, her picture will be right next to it. All right, the next topic I wanted to get on, and we have to go back to this Me Too stuff again. Guess who hopped on the Me Too bandwagon this time?
Steve Harvey?
Oh no, we're gonna talk about him, but not him.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not somebody, it's more like a company. And that company being McDonald's, or as I call it, McDeath. Because I haven't been to McDonald's in like 4.5 years. I actually stopped eating fast food in 2014.
Yeah, I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time.
And the crazy thing is the McDonald's right around the corner from me. Across the street is a Wendy's. Right down the street is a Bojangles. You keep going down a little bit further, you got a Taco Bell and a Burger King. And I managed to dodge it all the time. But basically, McDonald's has hopped onto the Me Too bandwagon because people were claiming that they were sexually assaulted and everything like that. I think this is a cover for them getting that $15 an hour. How much you want to bet? They say, well, if we give you a little bit of bump in pay and you drop all this Me Too madness, and we can go from there and let bygones be bygones. Remember, Les Moonves gave $20 million to them.
Yep.
It's a money thing. It's definitely a money thing. But you know what I'm noticing that's popping up in a lot of these fast food places, especially McDonald's, are a lot of kiosks. Like, you know how a lot of kiosks are popping up. Like, you can go up to the thing and make your order instead of going up to the counter and making your order. Sort of like you know how you go to the drive-through?
Oh.
It's a machine, but when you go to a kiosk, you just go there, put your order in, place it, and then the only time that you interact with a person is when they're giving you your food.
Like Sonic?
I guess you could. Well, not so much like Sonic. Well, yeah, like Sonic. I guess you could say that because in Sonic, you can pull up to the little thing, press the button, and make your order, and they bring the food to you. Naeem, you said in my near College Park. No, I'm actually going closer to DC. College Park from me is about maybe 40 minutes.
So they trying to get more robots in the workplace, huh?
Oh, most definitely. That's what they're moving towards, artificial intelligence.
Yep, and it's going to get a lot of people out of a job real soon.
I thought jobs was coming back.
Please.
Yeah.
Only people that believe that are them 45 supporters.
Yep. We're bringing jobs. Yeah. No. Say hello to Mr. Robot Jones. Yeah, that's who's going to be getting the jobs for. After they get them from China, they're going to give them to Robot Jones.
Because see what's going on is like if you was to go to other places like across the pond, like say go to Japan or something like that, and you go into a McDonald's over there and you see a whole bunch of kiosks over there, they're going to get that idea over here and put them over here because see, it'll be less of a hassle. They don't have to pay them. The only time people will really have to do anything is when they have to provide the food, and if there's some kind of malfunction with the machine, then have someone come and repair it. But then so basically what they're eliminating are the people who work at the front. So that means that's less money they have to pay. I said, that's why I said people had to be careful when they were demanding that $15 an hour. I said, it's a catch to that. It's in the fine print somewhere that people don't read. People don't like reading the fine print.
And they was hoping they kept pushing for that.
Yeah, they pushed for that for a long time, saying I want $15 an hour and things like that. I'm like, people were saying, do you really think you deserve $15 an hour for working in a fast food restaurant? And you have people who work at a more strenuous job and don't even get paid that?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Exactly. Like you might have, like that's like saying a crane lift operator makes less money than a person who I'm trying to think who's a janitor.
I know, because then they'll be making more money than me. I make like almost $12 at my job as a janitor.
Exactly.
$15 an hour. That's a lot for fast food.
It is a lot for fast food. And so the thing is, a lot of the jobs that are in fast food are more geared towards for high school students.
Yeah.
A lot of people they're not expecting people to make this a career past high school. But some people who work there are like around my age.
Yep, they about to put the robots in there.
It was like, oh, so you want to demand all of this? Okay, we got something for you. Just give us about 5 years and you'll see what we mean. But let me go on to the next topic, and that's the topic of these mass shootings. Wasn't it like 3 mass shootings this week?
Yep.
I think it was one in Philly. I think it was one in Pennsylvania. I think it was one in Wisconsin. And of course, we know about the one in Aberdeen. But of course, the one in Aberdeen, Maryland was the one that got up the most press. And that's not surprising. The only thing that was surprising was finding out it was a black woman that did it. Like, what was y'all response? What was your reaction when you found that out?
I didn't even do a video on that, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I was surprised about that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, and the thing is, they really shocked me because it's like when they posted up like the stuff on Twitter saying lone person, it happened in Aberdeen, Maryland. That's Aberdeen, Maryland is mostly white. So I was like, this has to be a white male. Man, was I wrong on both accounts of them being white and a male because it was indeed a black woman.
And notice that they put up the name and identity real fast.
Of course.
Yep.
They didn't waste no time. I found out before the end of the day what her name was and who she was and what she looked like.
This is how you know it was a white person. They take like 10 hours just to show the picture.
Probably more. Because her name, I think was Snokia Mosley. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Did they say she had a mental illness?
Of course not, but I'll say it. I think she had a mental illness.
That's their favorite line to use.
They didn't say any of that, but I'm gonna say that she had a mental illness. She wasn't a thug. She wasn't a terrorist. She just had a hard day. Because It said that she got into some kind of dispute with her co-workers, and then she left and came back, and that's when she started shooting. And I don't think she was there at that job for a long time. I think she was only there for a couple months.
Damn, what was going on at that job?
I have no clue. It's like almost like nobody's talking. It's so crazy because this is the second mass shooting that happened in Maryland this year. The first one happened at that newspaper company a couple months back. And it was almost around the same area. And I've told people the demographics of Maryland. Outside of PG County, the city of Baltimore, not the county, and certain parts of Waldorf, Maryland, which is like in Charles County, everywhere else is pretty much predominantly white.
Man, you got a lot of trolls coming in here, but good thing they're getting blocked.
They can't help themselves.
Nope.
They miserable.
Yeah, because like someone said, it's by me having the word, the NFL in the title, that's why they're coming in. Most of these trolls are just people trying to advertise the NFL. But yeah, like I said, the thing that shocked me was finding out that she was a black woman, just like when the DC snipers happened back in 2002. We were all shocked to find out that those were black men that did that.
Damn, that was that long ago?
Yeah. I should remember because it happened around my area, like around where I live.
Talk about the DC sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that DC sniper shit was crazy.
Yeah, I think it happened in October 2002. I was in 7th grade when it happened.
A year after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
People were even trying to connect it to 9/11.
I don't know why. I think it's because his last name was Muhammad.
Yep.
It was a man and his son, right?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't his son, but he treated him like he was his son. But I think he brainwashed him.
Yeah.
Because he got him like from I forgot where he got him from because he wasn't from the States. He was from one of the Caribbean islands. I forgot which one though. And he brought him back. And because basically his whole thing was he wanted to get back at his ex-wife because he felt that his ex-wife was keeping his kids away from him. But the guy really did have issues. And I think it was like he used to be in the military, so I think he was going through shell shock or something like that. And he wanted to get back at his wife, and his mission was to kill her. But he got the thrill of training him to kill people, and it seemed like his mission just went kind of everywhere else because they just started killing other people. And he got nowhere near to killing his wife. But I remember when all of that, because I remember when all of that happened, you had businesses putting up these like these shades or these curtains or what I forgot what they call them to keep the view or to keep the view blocked so people could be safe. I remember it was a gas station. They had these blue walls up, so people could pump their gas without while feeling safe. Remember they had people looking for that white box truck, but it turned out they was in a blue Caprice.
Blue Caprice.
Yeah, because they had
Yeah.
the way that they found them, because they actually made a movie about it with Isaiah Washington, and the way that they were found was they were parked in like some kind of parking lot, and this white guy was driving by, and I think it was like a rest area, and he was pulling in, and he had stopped off, probably used the restroom, and he was getting back in his truck, and he looked over and he saw that car was suspicious, and he went over and he looked through the window and he saw that those were the two guys they were looking for, and he got on that payphone and he called the cops and he said, "I think I found the DC snipers," and that's how they got him. And of course, they gave John Muhammad the lethal injection, and Leroy Malvo is still in jail.
They need to give Darren Roof the same thing.
They probably didn't want to give Dylan Roof that, but with the extremities of that case, they had no other choice.
What happened to the Florida shooter? He's dead yet?
Who?
The Florida shooter. Sandy. What was the name of that school?
Sandy Hooks.
Not Sandy Hook. The one in Florida.
Oh, you talking about the one that happened this year? You talking about Nicholas Cruz?
Yeah.
He's still. I think they still got him in jail. Yeah. I don't even think his trial had started yet. Parkland, thank you to the chat. Parkland. I was getting ready to call it. I was getting ready to call it Newtown, but that was something else. But yeah, it was Parkland. It was a lot of shootings this year. A lot of them.
Yeah.
But speaking of shooting, now this one actually made me feel a little bit different and actually made me feel pretty good. And that was the Forestville incident, Forestville, Maryland. LVZ talked about it. I talked about it. And that was basically the one where you had the cops who went into the wrong house, and that brother took that shotty and shot both of them.
Yeah. I saw LVZ's video on that. I'm like, you supposed to be cops and you're going to, I bet you what they're trying to do, they were trying to pull off Amanda Geiger, but that guy was strapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saw them coming.
He had the shotty on him because I didn't know what kind of gun he had, but when I found it was a shotgun, I said, them cops are extremely lucky they survived that.
He got arrested?
No. They didn't arrest him and they didn't bring no charges against him because Maryland has a law called castle law, which is basically stand your ground, but it's within the confinements of your house. Stand your ground, that can happen anywhere, in your house, outside of your house. Castle law happens within your house. So by them coming in, technically that was like breaking and entering.
We don't have stuff like that here in Virginia.
That doesn't
open carry state. But we don't have stand your ground.
But yeah, so that's how he was able to not be charged with anything or be arrested, and he shouldn't have been. Because I have my HQL, which is my handgun qualifying license, and there's one thing I remember when I took that training. They said that in the state of Maryland, and they probably did say it was castle law, but it was a few years ago when I took that test, I forgot it. Where if there's an intruder that comes into your house and they have both feet in the doorway in your house and they're considered an intruder, you can shoot them and nothing will happen to you. However, if the intruder is on your lawn and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff on your lawn and you go out and you shoot them, then you will be held accountable. Crazy how that works, isn't it?
Wow. So if they're in your house, you can shoot them, but they're in your lawn, you can't.
Yeah, like for instance, if you have an intruder that comes to your house and they want to start a little fire in your yard, you can't go out there and shoot them. The most you can probably do is just go out there and just beat their ass.
That's bullshit, man.
Because Maryland is not a open carry state unless you are like law enforcement or if you have the right connections and you can go and pull some strings to make that work in your favor. But like a person like myself, I know that wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in my favor. So the person would have to be in my house for me to use my firearm against them legally. And that's what happened with that guy in Forestville, because they were in his house and he was in his house when he shot him. And he said he was protecting his daughters.
I know. And I live in Virginia. We are an open carry state.
Mm-hmm. I know Virginia's an open carry state.
What about DC?
Oh no. I can tell you that's a flat out no right there.
It's too liberal over there.
Could you imagine if DC was an open carry state, that close to the White House?
I know.
I said 45 would press that button so fast.
Then he'll end up blowing up the United States.
Yeah, what's the process to get a gun?
You said the process to get a gun in Maryland?
Yeah.
You gotta go. Well, what I did was I went to a gun range. That's in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, which is about I would say about 20 minutes away from me, and because that's like the closest one to me. And they had the class, like you have to go online to the site and schedule a class. To take the test, you have to pay for it. I forgot how much it costs. And then you gotta go to the course. It's like maybe like a 5-hour course. You take that, and then the best part about it is when you're done and you take the test, they'll let you go down to the range and they'll let you fire like maybe 2 rounds out of a gun. They let us shoot 2 rounds out of a revolver, and that was my first time ever firing a gun. And then what you do is after you do that, and you have to go and put your information in the system once they send you your stuff back, your documentation, fill all of that out. Then you got to go get your fingerprints done. It's almost like going for a government job. You got to go get your fingerprints and everything, and then you get your ID. And that ID lasts for 10 years. I got mine in 2015, so I'm good to 2025 before I have to renew it.
That's how long a passport lasts.
Exactly. A passport lasts 10 years. Usually they do it. Usually that's how it is, because I think a license is the same way. And that was pretty much it. And I remember I got it in August of 2015, and the first time I went to the range by myself was in January of 2016. And I had got like 2 60 count rounds, and I was firing with a 9mm Glock. And I still have my trophies on the wall to this day. I had even posted a video of me at that range when that happened on here, when I had my original channel. But I would definitely say this: if you ever get a chance to go to the range, and when you go to the range, you don't even need to have like a license to do it. You just need if you have a license, that's more so if you have your own gun. Because some people go to there and they have their own firearm. But you do, of course, if you are under the age of 18, you have to, of course, be there with someone who's over the age of 18 who can sign off for you. Because when I went to the range, there were kids in there probably like 13, 14 years of age with their family. And they was firing all types of weapons. They had the handguns. Some people had the automatics and all kinds of stuff up in there. But it's definitely quite an experience. So if you or anyone in the chat has never been, most definitely, whenever you get a chance, go to the range at least once in your life so you can say you actually did it. Since J-Dog, you mentioned Steve Harvey, we can talk about him next. another person who I cued the violins on this weekend was very proud to do so, if I do say so myself.
Yes.
So if y'all don't know, Steve Harvey is being replaced by Kelly Clarkson. You know, she won American Idol in the first season all them years ago. And a lot of people in my comment section were saying, well, that's not really going to hurt him because he still has a lot of money. I said, that's true. I didn't say that was going to hurt his money because we know he's going to still make money outside of that. It's the fact that he got replaced by a woman who's never held a talk show hosting gig ever in her life. It's not like he got replaced by somebody who is experienced with this. This is her first ride at the rodeo doing something like this, and he got replaced by her.
Yeah, they trying to run him out of here.
And then on top of that, to double down, he has a radio show. We don't know his radio show in the Texas area, and that one got replaced in that slot by Claudia Jordan.
Yes, I think I talked about that. Yeah. They basically kicking him out everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But that's karma coming his way, because remember he was saying that in them comments about slavery, and he was making fun of those people in Flint, Michigan with the dirty water, and meeting with Trump on his birthday. Like, it was a lot of stuff that Steve has done that makes me not feel bad about the situation that he's in right now.
And he moved his show, and a lot of black people lost their job.
Oh yeah, he moved his show from Chicago to California. He just like literally uprooted and just left to go out to California because he wanted to be more mainstream. He actually did better in Chicago than he did as we can see in California. Because because it's almost like he was trying to be the male Oprah.
I don't know why he go to LA. That's Ellen territory.
Exactly, and they come on the same network, NBC.
I know, and he hosted all those shows, the Apollo, and then the show with the kids and Family Feud, and then of course he recently got in trouble. The situation, the sexual misconduct, not by him, but by like executives that he's involved with, but he's the famous one, so they have to put him in the mix.
Mm-hmm. And then I've heard some things that he said or did about with Bernie Mac before he passed. So
what did he do to Bernie Mac?
I don't know if it was like something he said or something he may have done to sabotage Bernie from getting certain parts and whatnot, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Oh, he was bomber from Bernie Mac.
Because you guys think, remember when the original Kings of Comedy came out? It had Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, and Bernie Mac on there. That was like the brainchild, I think. I'm not sure who came up with that, but I think Steve Harvey was the one that actually like put that together. And as we all know, Bernie Mac stole the show. Like, he got the most reception out of all the guys that were on that tour. And that right there is what propelled Bernie Mac into another stratosphere. Because after the original Kings of Comedy, in came the Bernie Mac show.
Classic show.
Then he ended up being the new Bosley in the second Charlie's Angels movie when he replaced Bill Murray. So now he's stepping really into Hollywood territory because now he's doing mainstream film. Then he ended up in the Oceans franchise, Oceans 11, Oceans 12, Oceans 13.
He also made appearances in the first Transformers movie. He did one of the voice acting in one of the Madagascar movies. He played the father of Ben Stiller's character. And then, of course, that movie Soul Man with Samuel L. Jackson.
Which, unfortunately, was his last movie.
Yeah.
So Steve Harvey got jealous.
And then he was in that movie, too, called Mr. 3000 with Angela Bassett.
Oh, that baseball movie.
Yeah.
Well,
I think another thing like a lot of people liked about Bernie Mac is because he was another one of those raw comedians that he wasn't a sellout.
He didn't give a damn.
He really didn't. Like I sometimes catch myself going back and looking at his Def Comedy Jam days and laughing as if it just came out today. That's how you know you have a lot of you're very good at your craft. Oh yeah, Spirit of Justice, the Players Club, Dollar Bill. And of course, when he was in Friday, you know, because he gave that famous line about Miss Parker.
Yeah.
And I forgot he was also in House Party 3. That scene at the table is a classic scene. If I don't remember anything from House Party 3, that scene at the table, it will always be funny.
Yeah, I think Steve Harvey getting up out of here. They about tired of him.
Yeah, I think so too. And hey, his time. I mean, they gotta. I guess they gotta make way and usher in somebody new.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing was, Bernie Mac had more movie roles and and maybe even television roles than Steve Harvey. Notice that?
Say that again.
Bernie Mac had more movie roles than Steve Harvey.
Right, he did. Not that you say that, he did. Like Bernie Mac has been acting in movies since the 90s, since the early 90s. But they were small parts, but you knew it was him. He, and you know, like I said, when he was in Friday, he was only in that scene, that one scene. And you know, when he was in House Party, he was in that one scene, or maybe two. But then, like I said, after the original Kings of Comedy, or maybe before that, when he was Dollar Bill in the Players Club, see, those movies right there were only catered to the black community. We were the ones that really clinged onto those movies. It wasn't until after the original Kings of Comedy where the world really saw who Bernie Mac was. And then when he got the Bernie Mac show, it was he took off like a rocket after that.
Bernie Mac show was funny.
And I think it could have been some jealousy there too, because you know Steve Harvey had his show in the 90s, but he wasn't even the funniest part of his own show. Cedric the Entertainer was legit actually the one, in my opinion, carrying the show. And even the side characters were carrying the show. Not so much Steve. He had his moments, but it was more so the side characters. Bernie Mac carried his show, but he also had the supporting cast helping along the way, but he carried his show.
That show was very funny.
It really wasn't. You know, they show the reruns now, I think, on TV One. Or maybe it's another channel. I think it's another. I don't think it's TV One. I think it's another channel.
I never found Steve Harvey funny though.
A lot of people didn't really find Steve Harvey to be funny, and I wouldn't even be mad, you know, saying that they were wrong. But yeah, like some people said, maybe Steve Harvey's time has come and gone.
But who's gonna take his spot then?
They'll find somebody. They always do.
You think Charlamagne gonna get that spot?
Oh God. I think
he's trying to be like Steve Harvey.
Well, they both have that coonish nature about them, so I guess it's whoever can coon out the most.
Yeah, it's gonna be Charlamagne.
But let me see.
Oh, I had nothing to say really.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about, we actually only have 2 more topics left. The next one I wanted to talk about, and J-Dawg, you actually mentioned this early when we were talking about film. What do y'all think about them finally confirming that there's going to be a sequel to Space Jam?
All I gotta say is I can't wait. Oh, and the fact that they have Ryan Coogler involved in the project, I hope it's going to be good.
Yeah, because he's actually producing. A lot of people got it misconstrued. He's not directing the movie. He's only producing it. Now, the Space
director.
Huh?
Who's going to be the director then?
We don't know yet because they said the movie isn't slated to come out until 2020.
Oh, so we're going to have to wait 2 years.
Yeah. because right now it's just announced that they actually confirmed that it's going to happen and that LeBron James is going to be in the lead role. So it's like they got a lot to like really work on because they gotta like deal with who else are they gonna have in it, because the original Space Jam had basketball stars of that time in the movie. Of course, they're all retired now. So now they got to get new players in there. And I think that's going to be a huge draw because of LeBron James and the other side characters that they bring in there. Now, some people were saying, well, that's fine and good and all, but we all know one of the best aspects of Space Jam were the cartoon characters. They say a lot of kids of this generation don't know who the Looney Tunes are, outside of Bugs Bunny and maybe Daffy Duck and a couple of the ones that were really big. But as far as like the rest of them, everybody won't know who they are.
Yeah, I know. And another thing is, does it have to be just only the Looney Tunes? What if they try to bring in like the Tiny Toons or the Animaniacs? That would be very interesting.
I mean, I don't see why not, since they're all owned by Warner Brothers.
And then, hey, since they're talking about Warner Brothers, you might as well throw in the Hanna-Barbera characters. They're all owned by Warner Brothers too. And the Cartoon Network people characters, they're all owned by Warner Brothers as well. Well, the home company is Time Warner, and then of course you had the thing with AT&T, but they actually appealed that deal. So it's just right now just Time Warner and Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote the movie?
Who
wrote Space Jam 2? Who wrote it?
It's nothing. They don't have a script yet. They just
it's not
announced it. The only people that's attached to it is Ryan Coogler and LeBron James. Like, they don't have a director or a writer yet. It's just an announcement right now that they're confirmed that the studio is going to go along and say we're going to allow you to do it, because this Space Jam 2 was in talks for years. And LeBron James was always at the forefront for it. But, what could LeBron James do? Like, all he can do is just be the face of it at the time. But now that Ryan Coogler has attached himself to it, is now a confirmation that it's going to actually happen. But they haven't finished casting. They probably haven't even started casting yet. They don't have a director yet. They don't have a writer. But
not to mention the animation. It takes a lot of work to do the animation
too, because they got the cartoon characters in there too. So it's going to be a lot that goes into that. Like the budget for this movie is going to be high.
They should let Ryan direct it though.
I had read somewhere they said Ryan doesn't really like doing sequels, which I hope changes, because I really want him to direct Black Panther 2, in which he probably will budge on that, because they pretty much already confirmed that there will be a Black Panther 2 probably a month after Black Panther got released, because of all the money that it made. I mean, but we already knew it was going to happen though.
That's why he's not the director of Creed 2, because he doesn't do sequels. But they do have another black director doing the Creed 2 movie.
He need to direct all the movies.
Well, actually, the reason why he wasn't doing Creed 2 is because he was still doing Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
And then he's also going to be directing this movie. Again, that's going to be starring Michael B. Jordan, and I think they said the name of this movie is going to be called Wrong Answer, and it's basically dealing with a scandal that happened in Georgia with some test scores and cheating and something like that. But I said Ryan Coogler is like on a roll. Like, every movie he's come out with has been successful.
Yes.
You think they're going to get Ava DuVernay to direct Space Jam 2?
I hope not.
I doubt it.
Yeah, especially they got her doing the New Gods for DC Comics, and if you've heard of the New Gods, that's Darkseid and all of them. The bad guy of DC Comics, Darkseid. He's part of that stick called Good Guys, and there's like two sides of the New Gods. There's the good ones and the bad ones, but they both encounter the Justice League and stuff in different ways.
Because originally they had wanted her to direct Black Panther, but she didn't do it, and she's the one that recommended that Ryan do it.
Yeah.
Because right now, if y'all don't know, she's directing that movie about the Central Park Five that's going to be on Netflix. They're actually filming that now.
Okay. Who you got in mind to direct on Space Jam 2?
I don't know. That's a good good question.
Gary.
He's an F. Gary Gray.
F. Gary. Oh, F. Gary Gary.
You had it right. His last name is Gray. Y'all don't know who F. Gary Gray is. He's the one who did Friday. He did Set It Off. Of course, we know he did the Fast and Furious movies, and he did Straight Outta Compton.
He did Girls Trip too, right?
No, that was Michael D. Lee. That's Spike Lee's cousin, Michael D. Lee. As a matter of fact, Michael D. Lee is the one that's directing the girls. I mean, the night school movie that's coming up.
That movie looked whack.
Yeah, last month you had his cousin Spike Lee, the great Spike Lee with Black Klansman, and now you have his cousin with Night School.
I didn't really see it for Night School even when I saw the previews for it months ago. I was like, I'll pass.
Yeah, that movie looked terrible.
And it's not even, like I said, it has nothing to do with what recently came up with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. Because like I said, I saw the preview for it months ago before all this happened. And I just it didn't appeal to me then. And it really doesn't appeal to me now. So I said, I'll pass. And if I happen to watch it, it'll either come on TV or maybe I'll just stream it. Because someone going bootleg it.
And there are going to be some people who will go see it. At first, I admit I saw the Girls Trip movie. I only went for the other actresses and stuff. But
I saw it too.
And at first I didn't know who Tiffany Haddish was when Girls Trip. That's why I even got the Blu-ray and stuff. But now I'm starting to learn a little more about Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, nobody knew who Tiffany Haddish was when it came to that movie. We only knew Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, and Jada Pinkett Smith. No one knew who Tiffany Haddish was really until after that movie.
Yeah.
No, I used to see on VH1 a lot. Remember them shows they used to have like I Love the 90s and all that?
I remember when she was on there. I saw a clip when she was on Pimp My Ride with Exhibit. And I used to watch that show, but of course I wouldn't have known that was her. She was just a person who was on there who was one of the contestants. And someone else even on Instagram had posted up a clip of her when she was on an episode of That's So Raven back in the day.
Tiffany Haddish was on That's So Raven?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she wasn't like a recurring character. She was just on that episode. I think she played like a tour guide or something like that.
She's been around for a while.
Yeah, she's been she's been around for a while. Just that now she's mainstream and everyone knows who she is. But yeah, I think, like I said, I'm gonna pass on that Night School movie. I'm not like going to run out and to try to go see it. But
yeah, I'm trying to save money on other movies coming up, like the upcoming animated Spider-Man movie and the Aquaman movie.
I said I would actually pay to go see that Spider-Man in 3D because of the animation, and I know they can't mess up an animated 3D movie.
Yes.
That actually does look good though, and finally it looks like DC got it right with Aquaman because Aquaman does look dope.
Yes.
When that movie come out?
December 21st. Yeah, the Aquaman movie, and then on December 14th, a week before, is when the Spider-Man comes out. Yeah, right now DCEU is really riding on this Aquaman movie to do good. Otherwise, they are finished. I mean, look what happened. Was happening with DC Comics as of lately. The actor quit. Another one also left. You got this upcoming Joker movie. Did you see the picture of the new Joker with Joaquin Phoenix? It's not even connected to the DCU.
I saw it.
So that's why they need the Black Superman to save it.
If they wanted a black superhero movie, then why did they cancel the Cyborg movie that they were supposed to work on? If they needed black people to watch their movies,
they might well just do Static Shock. Just do that movie.
Yeah, do Static Shock, or maybe do Black Lightning, put him in the movies, or do the Green Lantern movie, but instead of Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan, get a black actor as Jon Stewart.
I was actually having a discussion in somebody else. Well, it was in somebody else's hangout, and we were talking about this. And I was saying the reason why they will not put a lot of spotlight on the black heroes like that, especially the ones who have powers, is because if you notice, the power set of most black comic book characters are almost godlike. And they don't want to show them being godlike. I mean, look at what they did with Storm. They water her down and she controls the weather. That's an awesome power to have. And how she was in the cartoon and how she was in the comics, and you look how she's translated to on screen, I'm like, they completely watered her character down.
Yeah, that's X-Men.
Because she's supposed to be like what is considered an omega level mutant, which is the highest level you can hit.
But look at the network that run the X-Men characters, Fox. You think the Murdoch?
Well, at this point, used to run.
Yeah, Disney got it.
I said, hopefully now that they got it, well, even though it's not completely finished, but they do have it, but they haven't signed the documents yet, but they will because they won the bidding war. Hopefully they can get the character right, because everybody wants to see Storm and Black Panther together.
Yes.
And Blade.
Well, I think they said Blade. They were trying to put Blade on Netflix.
Yeah, they think they're gonna do that. But to tell you the truth, I think they need a younger black person to do the Blade instead of Wesley Snipes. That's just my opinion.
Oh, he's coming back?
Well, someone has suggested that they bring Wesley back in as Blade, but maybe he had a child, and then he trains the child up, or to fight like him and everything like that. And they just fight the vampires or the demons together like a team.
No, I want a Blade movie.
Well, they're about to come out with another Spawn movie.
Oh, I'm down for that.
And Jamie Foxx is playing Spawn.
Nah, you should have let the other guy play Spawn again.
You talking about Michael J. White?
Yeah, he should have been doing it again.
I don't know. It's just Jamie Foxx is someone who doesn't. I mean, look what happened with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and his role as Electro. I think Jamie Foxx should stay away from some of these comic book based films. I mean, I kind of like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it's just his character. I was like, yeah, and I mean his personality and stuff. I mean, Spawn is supposed to be dark and gritty, but when you look at the personality of Jamie Foxx, you'd be like, they picked him to do this?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not going to even judge it. I'm going to wait and see what happens, because remember what happened when Heath Ledger played the Joker, or he got announced, and people was like, Heath Ledger, he just did Brokeback Mountain. I said, I'm not going to judge him off of that, because this is two different roles and two different characters. And when that movie came, actually before the movie came out, when they started showing the previews, people was like, that's Heath Ledger? They was like, wow. Like, he did a complete transformation. It's unfortunate that he died before he could actually see what I would consider to be his best body of work.
Yeah, that Batman movie was good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but he did better than Jack Nicholson. And Jack Nicholson is a hard act to beat.
Is it gonna be a Wonder Woman 2?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's,
it
it's
is. But
coming.
they're based in
It's coming out next year.
1984.
It's called Wonder Woman 84. It comes out next year. As a matter of fact, they were filming most of the movie in DC this summer. They were in DC for like a good month and a half.
The
And they
thing,
actually, go ahead.
the thing I hate is the fact that you have Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. She's supposed to be Cheetah. I'm like, another actress should have been picked for Cheetah.
And like I said, I'm not going to judge that either, because even though she's known for doing comedy movies, I don't know what she's going to do. I've noticed that when they were doing shoots and stuff like that, they really kept her profile really hush hush. Like a lot of those leaked pictures and stuff, you didn't really see much of her. You saw maybe 1 or 2 pictures, and that was it. And that was mostly when she was in regular clothes. So I'm just going to keep that hush hush. But you are right. She needs to really bring it, because the Cheetah character is to Wonder Woman like Joker is to Batman. She's basically her arch nemesis. Like she's the one that Wonder Woman had a tough time beating in the comics. Like she was the one that really went toe to toe with her.
Yeah, her and I think this one other lady, and of course Ares. Those like her 3 top villains.
Well, see, the thing is, in Wonder Woman, when she was fighting Ares, she didn't really struggle with him. She has to struggle with Cheetah.
Yeah.
Like she has to get in multiple fights with her before she finally takes her down. With her fighting Ares, it was just one battle, and it was at the end of the movie, and she killed him. With Cheetah, it needs to be more than one encounter with her throughout the movie before she finally takes her out. But what I did see in the leaked videos of them shooting the movie, it looked like it's going to be very interesting. And it's interesting that they decided to shoot or have the theme be in the 80s. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on with the 80s, because, you know, you have Wonder Woman that's going to be in the 84. The new Joker movie is going to take place in the 80s. Now, Captain Marvel, that's going to be in the 90s.
Who's playing Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix.
What movie did he play in?
He's been around for a while. As a matter of fact, his brother used to, I think his brother used to be in a rock band, River Phoenix, but he died back in the early 90s, I think, from a drug overdose.
Joaquin Phoenix has a sister too, but she didn't really do much.
When do Captain Marvel come out?
This upcoming March.
Okay, gonna be a good lineup.
And then the character Captain Marvel is also supposed to be in the 4th upcoming Avengers movie.
Yeah, because that post-credit scene in Avengers Infinity War, when he sent out that memo and her symbol popped up.
That movie was good.
And I just found out that Marvel has a contract where they have to release 3 Marvel movies per year. So the 3 next year will be Captain Marvel, Avengers 4, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Well, the last topic I wanted to discuss was, and I thought this was so funny when I saw this, but I was like, are they serious? So Amazon has had some kind of press conference or some kind of showing of a new product that they're coming out with. And apparently the name of the product is called the Alexa microwave.
Wow.
Now, if y'all don't know, if y'all never heard of Alexa, y'all probably have heard of the device that Amazon has called Echo, which is basically like a voice automated device that you put in your house and you talk to it and you say Alexa and it responds to you, and it's you give it commands. Well, now they've come out with something called the the Alexa microwave, which is supposed to like turn your microwave on when you command. Listen, you have to have the actual Echo device sitting near the microwave in order for you to do it. I said that is so lazy.
Yeah, technology making everybody lazy.
Yep.
And the thing that got me, I said, if this is supposed to be a smart microwave, then why do you have the buttons on the microwave?
You should just talk and it should come on.
I'm like, then I might as well just keep the microwave I have. Because they actually demonstrated it, and I was looking at the comments, I was like, they were basically saying the same thing I'm saying. I said, so y'all just gonna make people even more lazier. I said, unless that microwave can turn into a transformer, come and get my food and heat it up, then it's pointless to get it.
It's a stupid idea.
Yeah, like Gwen said, it's going out of your way to be lazy.
Yep.
I said, I'll just keep the regular microwave I have. I mean, I don't need that. And what actually shocked me more than anything was how much it cost. They said it's going to start selling in November for $59.99.
I'm good. I just keep my toaster oven.
Right. I don't need all that extra stuff. I said, they can keep that. I'll be fine. But speaking of technology, though, because I'm transitioned from a Mac back to a Windows, because I said earlier I needed a new laptop, I had to download a whole new video software, and I managed to do it for free. I ended up getting it's called the Sony Vegas Pro 15, which is basically like the Windows version of Final Cut Pro, which is only exclusively for the Mac. Saves myself $600.
It's one of them touchscreen ones.
No. It's not a. Are you talking about the computer?
Yeah.
It's not a. I don't think it's a touch screen, but I know that if I press a button on here, I can talk to it.
Okay.
Like if I ask it questions, it's almost like Siri.
You got that OK Google thing on there?
That's for Android. I said the best thing that could ever happen with YouTube is you can find all these tutorials on how to get stuff for free.
Yeah. YouTube is like
it's like the third software I've downloaded for free.
I learned a lot from YouTube.
You learned what?
I learned a lot from YouTube.
Yeah, that's one thing. YouTube can teach you a lot of stuff.
Yes, it's a lot of bullshit on there, but it's a lot of good stuff on there too.
Right. Mr. Parking Lot Stu, he said, Alexa, go slap a white supremacist. If I can't get it to come and cook my food, you know it ain't going to do that.
Man, that shit better cook food, clean the house.
Right.
Walk the dog. It better do all that.
Could you live inside of a smart house?
No.
I
Hell
don't
no.
think so either, because what if that thing malfunction on you? As a matter of fact, speaking of Smart House, that was a movie that was on the Disney Channel back in the day called
Yeah, I
Smart
remember
House.
that.
Yeah, it malfunction on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Hood Mistress wrote down, Alexa, call 1-800-SMACK-A-CRACKA. Oh, Hood Mistress, I talked about your channel on one of my live streams called Support These Channels and Platforms. So to help you get some new subscribers.
And speaking of Hood Mistress, they came in handy when I had to deal with that Twitter stalker about a month or so ago. Got a hold of that IP address and found out where they stay at all the way out in Oklahoma. They haven't been back since.
The people do that because they think they can't be found.
Right. We are in the 21st century. Anybody can be found.
Yeah.
Looks like that guy didn't have a VPN or something.
I don't know. But they were all the way out in Oklahoma, and they were stalking me from multiple accounts, like sometimes 2 or 3 at one time. All because I didn't talk about the XXX Tentacion murder. Because they wanted me to talk about black on black crime so badly.
What about white on white crime?
Well, they got tired of seeing that. I guess they wanted to see me talk about that, but you know, whatever. I'm not dedicated to them. I can't believe it's almost 4 o'clock. I tell you, you lose track of time when you're doing these live streams.
It's 3:40, 41.
Yeah, it's 3:41.
I think I might do a live stream at 5 o'clock, and I think it's going to be support these channels number 6 because I just got some ideas and some people to talk about.
Yerky A, so you said anybody knows what happened to Chris Crazy House? He has a new channel called Black Up Inya. Because he said that YouTube suspended him from uploading on his Chris Crazy House channel. But it's kind of crazy because the channel is still there, but he just can't upload on it.
What's the name of the channel again?
It's called Black Up Inya. I'm gonna see if I can find it. And I'll
Hood mentioned the stalker start messing with you.
Huh?
Nah, Hood mentioned said she had a stalker. They start messing with you.
I think me and Hurt might have had the same stalker.
You think it was the same person?
It could have been. I don't know. They tend to run in the same circles.
She put the feds on him, huh?
Oh, I wish Nicole was in here, but I'm gonna give her a shout out anyway. Did y'all see her live stream last night?
Nah.
I think I saw a little bit.
I'm blocked from her channel.
Huh?
I'm blocked from her channel.
Oh, yeah. Probably one of them trolls did it. I don't know. But she interviewed an attorney connected to the Cosby case. Because you know he gets sentenced this week.
Yeah, send them in jail, huh?
Well, we know that they're probably going to send him to jail, but we don't know for how long he's going to be there. I don't think he's going to be there as long as they claim he's going to be.
But you know they ain't send a 7 Heaven guy to jail.
They damn sure didn't. He actually admitted to it. And his wife confirmed it too.
Touching a little kid. He don't go to jail? Wow.
But hey, that's how this system is built. Yeah, I think I'm already subscribed to Chris Crazy House new channel.
Is there anything else y'all needed to talk about before I end the stream?
You gotta tell Nicole to unblock me.
I'll let her.
I think I got something to talk about.
What's that?
Roseanne.
Huh?
Roseanne Barr.
Oh, I forgot all about her.
He's done.
Well, what you about to hear is very disturbing, but then again, there is some point to it. She went up on social media and said that Black people are the most forgiving and we have a forgiving culture. Unfortunately, she may have some unfortunate points, which I really hate the most. But this is what happens when you have some of these people go and they've been the victims of tragedies, and yet decides to forgive the white racist, but not the Black gangster.
They said even a broke clock is right twice a day, but I still won't give her that much credit though.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I went on Twitter and I saw something that Tariq had posted and it said David Clark, and I'm like, I said, what did he do now? But it was a video that went viral where you had this raccoon climb up the side of a building, and I know exactly where it was at. It was at Rehoboth Beach in Delaware. because I recognized it instantly because I went there a few months ago. It climbed up the side of a building and it fell off of it and landed and started running off. And the caption Tariq posted was, "Former Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark tried to commit suicide today, but he survived. Hashtag miracles do happen."
Wow.
Oh, I actually saw that. I actually saw that on my, because I follow Tariq on Twitter too, and I happened to see that.
Yeah. One of my coworkers actually showed that to me yesterday. And the thing is, the way that raccoon fell and landed, you would have thought it would have died because it fell and hit the ground hard.
Yep.
Damn, that shit survived, huh?
Yeah. Oh, J-Dog, I actually see your comment. I'm looking through the thread now. I saw your comment. Well, if y'all don't have anything else to say, I guess I can end the stream. But
I think I got one more thing, and then that will be it.
Okay.
You heard the controversy that happened with that Wreck-It Ralph movie over Princess Tiana, looked like some kind of biracial. Well, this recently they decided to refix the animation to make her 100% black again.
I kind of, I did look at the second trailer for it, and I noticed that they did make her the color that she was supposed to be, opposed to how they had her looking before. And yeah, they did make her look like she was damn near ethnically ambiguous. I was like, damn, y'all kind of shafted her in the movie by making her a frog for a good 80% of the movie. And now that she's not a frog anymore and she's in this movie, now y'all want to lighten her up. And I think they did it because because of all of the backlash from it, and they didn't want to lose, and they didn't want to lose any money.
Yeah. Oh, there was another thing I do want to talk about. Y'all heard what happened in Alabama? That black kid that just laid on the ground for those white people, and they made the tweet said, "We got us one."
Yeah, I saw Phil had talked about it. I said I wanted to talk about it, but I knew I would probably snap in that video so much I would have to age restrict it, so I kind of left that one alone. But yeah, I'm not even mad at the white people. I'm mad at that black kid and his parents.
Yep.
Yeah, his parents should know better.
He should know better. Like he just laid there and let them stand on top of him like he was some kind of walkway. And they like literally are, it's like four of them, and they're standing on top of him just smiling.
Well, he wanted to be accepted so bad. That's what happens.
And this is Alabama, right? Oh, okay. That lets me know all of that I need to know. Alabama. It's something about that state, Alabama, that just screams that there's just a lot of coons down there.
Charles Barkley from Alabama.
Who?
Charles Barkley.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Hutch Mistress said, "Did you hear about Kanye on Twitter?"
The only thing I heard about Kanye is when he made that video addressing Nick Cannon saying, "Stop talking about my wife," and everything like that. Look, your wife made that video with Ray J, that 45-minute waste of a sex tape, and I actually can't believe I sat and watched that whole thing, thinking something was actually going to happen years ago. But that was boring. Anyone who can tell you, who's seen it, can say that was the most boring sex tape ever. But he made them comments on Nick Cannon to stop making comments about his wife, and Nick Cannon basically politely clapped back, and he said, "I know that's your wife," and everything like that. But he said, "What you're not going to do," first off, anytime a black person starts off a conversation saying what you're not going to do, you already know they're about to go in. He said, "What you're not going to do is sit up here and try to tell me what to talk about." Because I'm a grown man. We are both grown men, and I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. Kim Kardashian has been passed around more times than a carton of Virginia Slims. He's just going to have to accept that. You can.
Yeah, he knew who he was dating.
She is the perfect example of you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and that's what he tried to do. and still trying to do.
He knew what he was getting into when he dated her. He wanted to marry her. He knew what he was getting into.
Yep.
And Kanye has room to talk because then he kind of do the same thing when he was with Amber Rose.
Yeah, sure did.
Hey, Crew is back. He said that Crew is blocked. Oh, they're blocking him now. His Ray Gun channel got blocked too. A lot of people are blocking him now.
What did he say? He's not a troll, right?
No, not really. I guess it's because
I think when he was on early, I think he rubbed people in the chat the wrong way with some of the stuff that he was saying.
I don't think he's trolling. I guess
he's not trolling, but I think like he rubbed people the wrong way when he was on with us earlier.
He loved Becky. He loved Becky. That's why you blocked him.
Yeah, like one thing people gonna have to understand is that my subscribers, they have really, this channel has really become a anti, what they call male zone.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nah, I don't think he was high or drunk. I don't think he was high or drunk.
I know.
Well, is there anything else?
That's pretty much it for now. Other than that, let's if we're still having problems with YouTube, we could start, making sure Black Junction and Black Spot does well. And let's have y'all been checking out the GoFundMe for Black Junction or Black Spot, because they're trying to reach their $25,000 goal, especially Black Junction, so they can get live stream capability. Right now they're at $3,900.
We gotta spread the word.
Yeah, this looks like we're gonna have to spread the word more or something. Matter of fact, I could put the link down real quick. I mean,
yeah, you're gonna have to put the link in the chat room.
This is the link for Black Junction, and I'm about to put down the one for Black Spot. They're still trying to reach their goals, I guess, so they can do different stuff on their platforms.
Yeah, some fools in the chat room.
Yeah, and then this is I'm just putting the link for Black Spot TV. I mean, their websites is up, and I have an account on Black Spot TV where I upload some of my videos.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Well, it was good having y'all on. This was a very interesting show. Oh, and let me put this announcement out there right now. I'll probably make it into a separate video, though, probably sometime later in the week. There's not going to be a Sunday live stream this upcoming Sunday, a week from today, because I have to work an earlier shift at my job, and actually I have to be down there by 1:30. So there will not be a live stream next Sunday, but if there's an available day for me sometime in the week, I'm not sure yet because I haven't gotten my schedule yet for the month of October. I'll try to squeeze in a live stream to make up for Sunday, and that'll most likely probably be in the evening because it's a weekday, and doing it around this time on a weekday is going to be hard because some people are going to be at work. But I just wanted to put that out there now, but I'll probably make it into a separate pre-recorded video and put that on my main channel so people aren't like, oh, we didn't know that you didn't do a show today, or you're not doing one today, or people aren't looking for me or anything like that. But just giving y'all a heads up, there's not going to be a Sunday stream. this coming Sunday, which is the 30th.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, it's good having y'all on. Shout out to everybody in the chat who participated. And that's pretty much it.
Peace and love, everybody.
All right.